Hello everybody, this is Mateo, and did the guy find buried gold? I sure hope so, otherwise that would have all been for nothing, and I would have slept on that springy and dirty mattress and or sofa, yet again, for absolutely nothing, which would have been bad. Although I guess we were kind of hurting, so, man, also it looks like Jeff kind of doesn't exist. But he's just right behind Paula in actuality, but still, we just pretend like Jeff doesn't exist. Just me and, or Ness and Paula all alone. Even though they're like 10 or 12. What am I getting at here? Whatever, that's besides the point. Just, we forgot about that. So the guy isn't even there. Well, I guess he didn't come through for us, and he didn't find anything, so he just ran out of there with his Skip Sandwich DX that we gave him, because that's all he has to his name at the moment. So, let's just make the long trip back to Forside, but, well, I don't normally expect that would be something that somebody would be driving in the middle of a bridge, unless they're building said bridge, but even so. He didn't find buried treasure, but you found a diamond. You mean that isn't buried treasure? Okay, well, hopefully it's worth the amount that the Runaway 5 needs, and I also didn't mess up on their name. I am finally getting it. Oh boy. On one of the last times that we'll probably see them. I don't know. But seriously though, hopefully that is worth enough. I mean, it isn't like a big wad of money like the last time, or an even bigger wad of money because they owe even more money now. I forget how much it is, like, I want to say, I think 50,000 was the first time, or maybe that was 10,000. I think it might be 50,000 this time around, something like that. Either way, it's a whole lot more money, and we don't have a wad of money anymore, or anything, and apparently I don't have enough money in my bank account in order to pay it off. So, when we went in here the first time, our ticket was used up. So, we have to buy another ticket, which is okay, because it's only $30. I wonder if you have the backstage pass. If you just use that, would you be able to get in? Like it's an unlimited VIP backstage pass or whatever? I feel like it might, but I've never really tried it. Okay, so let's go ahead and show off the diamond to her. Show her that we have bling. Give it to that lady, yeah. Yes, I am going to pay with that diamond. Okay, she ripped up the contract, which is fantastic, and they are free yet again. Oh, really? Only $50? Oh. Well, $50 isn't a whole lot of money. I mean, it's a nice chunk. You could buy a few things with that, but it's not a ton of money, I'd say. I don't know. Kind of depends on your perspective. And they're going to give one last show, and they're all just thanking us yet again. And is this guy going to play a saxophone solo? He is, while also singing at the exact same time. Man, this guy is talented. Yeah, I got your point. We gave you money, or rather we gave you freedom. If only we could have, like, split the diamond in half, give her half, and then give that guy the other half, and then everybody would be happy. But then they might not be free. They would only be half free. If that even works. Okay, well, you gotta watch their final performance. Which, yet again, was kind of really annoying to me, because, as I said last time during their performance, oh yeah, we're gonna wet our pants. Good thing I wore my Depends, except not really. Again, what is going on? Okay, but again, I can't really hear the music when I was first recording this. So I was just watching these two guys move around for a while. There we go, there's the music. It's such a good song too, like I really enjoyed it. It's so upbeat and happy and just a whole lot more upbeat than the songs that we normally get in this game, I feel. Well, it's definitely more upbeat than the usual. But some of the other songs are still upbeat. But then we get into those, like, serious dungeons or whatever. And it's just, you know. So this is really just a nice break from all the action, really. And they have their bus on stage. That's totally not dangerous in the slightest. And then they just got off of it. That was actually really quick. I think the other one was longer. Well, so much for a final performance. They just kind of drove out of there. And we just stare into space, not even looking at them apparently. We were looking down the entire time. And then we just leave without turning direction in the slightest. Just walk out of there sideways, and then we turn around to actually move. So now that we've done all of that, we've saved the runaway 5, we can now go to other locations. You could have gone to these places earlier, but you wouldn't be able to do much at them. You probably wanted to go to the department store earlier though, so you could buy new equipment and whatnot, but I just decided against it because I didn't think about it, to be quite honest. I didn't think to go to the department store and buy new equipment. What is this? Okay, so we have a ton of money, 31,000. So we're just gonna take out 10,000, hopefully that's enough. Because we're gonna be making quite a few purchases. And also in a side room around here, just like on one of these floors, there should be a door. I think it's on the left side. Or if it's on this floor, it's on the right side. But there will be a couple boxes, and then you'll also be able to find the guy that sells big bottle rockets. I think he starts selling big bottle rockets by now, so that'd be really helpful. But here we have some of the new equipment, as well as the best things, the toothbrush and the protractor. I don't know about you guys, but I always find it hilarious when the game makers make like a gigantic toothbrush, the most powerful sword in the game or something like that. Like, I forget the name of the weapon, but there, in Tales of the Abyss, one of your characters uses spears as his main type of weapon, and at least for a while, the most powerful one that you could get at that point was a, mop. So, it's just always fun when they put in stuff like that. I feel like I'd be one of those guys who would, like, put in just random swords and whatnot, like things that shouldn't be swords. Like, trying to think of something. What would be an interesting thing? Like, a sword made out of, like, Lego blocks or something, I don't know. What show was that? I think that was Billy and Mandy, The Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy, where they were trying to get, where I think Billy was trying to, like, beat this one other girl or guy at the video game, and they had different swords, and one of those swords was a, Lego block sword, but then they ended up turning to babies or something like that. I don't remember if that's the right show, though. I feel like it's not. I don't know, I'm sure that somebody will know. Okay, along with your usual purchases, you are probably going to want to buy quite a few teddy bears, just to take extra damage, because we're going into a rather difficult place in a moment. Give them to Jeff and Ness. Paula, her inventory is not looking that great at the moment. It's pretty full, so, meh. Okay, any other equipment? We're going to remove Paula's equipment. Totally not suspicious. Yeah. She's gonna keep the chef's fry pan, though, because nobody else can equip the fry pan. Okay, give that to Paula for a minute, so we can move stuff around. If it's not quite obvious, it will become quite obvious in about 3-ish minutes. For those of you who haven't played the game. Okay, so give the Great Charm, or whatever I did. Basically, item management to increase defense or whatever. Paula isn't going to be as useful in this next section, so I'm not as concerned if she dies or not, basically. So give her that bracelet, so that she can hand over the more powerful bracelet. I think it was the Platinum Band. Mr. Saturn Coin, actually. Yeah, that's very good. Go ahead and give that to Ness, because he's still better than Jeff, and he forever will be. And, yeah, that way outclasses the Coin of Defense. Hey, we've broken 100 offense. Very nice. And is there anything here? Nope, it looks like a manager's office, but apparently this place has no manager. Well then. Also, these toys look really neat, and especially that robot. They just look gigantic. I mean, compared to the size of everybody else, I mean, they're huge. Also, it should be noted that, kind of weirdly enough, the 10-year-old kids are as tall as the adults in this game. But, I mean, I know that's kind of like the thing that they're... Also, a mouse is like half the size, or a fourth of the size of the kids. But I mean, these are some gigantic toys and just stuff. Or maybe these are just really small people. Okay, but I'm stopping for now, except not really. Starting up a new recording session, and it immediately goes dark. Oh, I knew I shouldn't have recorded today. This is bad. And everybody just kind of blipped out of existence along with that. What the? Weird, I didn't even notice that before, or ever for that matter. Just like there were people behind that desk, and there was a mouse right here, and then they blipped out of existence. Where did they go? Maybe I just can't see them because it's dark, but I don't know. Oh well, here we have one of the most difficult parts in the game, and the main reason for that is because you don't have Paula with you, who would be great to fight these guys and give them some freezing or whatever. Also, the enemies do a ton of damage. For instance, that Musica, or no, that isn't the Musica, that's the Mystical Record, does so much damage to just one party member. And then the Scalding Hot Cup of Espresso or something like that, he does around 80 damage to every single person. I mean look, he just killed 2 teddy bears easily. I mean, he didn't even need help from anybody else. And they don't give that much experience either. I mean, they're just really powerful. All the enemies just suddenly became over-leveled. It's kind of weird. I mean, I feel like they didn't really expect us to come here yet, but I feel like this is how you're supposed to do it. I mean, this is how I've always done it in order. I feel like you can't do it in any other order. So just the enemies just suddenly jump up in level. It's kind of like Mother all over again, where they just said, screw it in the last, like, 20% of the game, and they didn't pay attention to balancing enemies or anything like that. But this is one of those times, especially with the lack of Paula, it is just extremely difficult. Now here we have a new enemy, which is the Musica, which I think that they can cast. Oh, they can use an electrical shock attack, which will be deflected by the Franklin badge. And this is the one time where I'd say give the Franklin badge to Ness, just because then it's still useful and you can still deflect their lightning attacks, because you kind of don't have Paula right now. But give it to Paula at any other time. I just never did that because I didn't think of it because I am dumb. Or something along those lines. This place also really eats up your PP, just from doing life ups and everything. Try your best to dodge the enemies though, because we're going to be fighting a pretty tough boss at the end of this. Which I think we're pretty close to. Oh, come on, dodge him. Aw, dang it. At least that wasn't a red screen, and it was only that one. Okay, here we go. Here's the guy that's causing all this. It's the guy that stole Paula, actually. A weird, tentacle, alien guy. I don't even know what he is. Well, he is a doctor, or a department store spook, which, if you guys remember from Mother 1, Earthbound 0, there were guys that looked a whole lot like these things, called the Mooks. And actually, I'll just say it later in the game, you fight some enemies that also look like them as well, and they're called Mooks. But he has access to a whole lot of PSI spells, and he will kill you quickly. But if you use a big bottle rocket on him, he goes down extremely quickly. So that's one of the only times that I'll use a big bottle rocket, but I feel like it was very successfully used. Okay, so everybody is now blipped back into existence, and it is now bright here again. Although he did say that Paula is in Monotoli's building, unfortunately, so she's already gone, and we don't have access to her for a while. Or teddy bears, for that matter. We don't have teddy bears either. They were killed extremely quickly. But yeah, just bring a whole bunch of teddy bears for that section, like at least 4. Especially for those mystical records, they just do so much damage. But yeah, we don't have Paula, and we need to rescue her, which is our next main mission here. Oh, butterfly. Yay, butterfly. Chase it down. It disappeared. Ah, there it is. It got caught in that person's hair. Take that, butterfly. Okay, but Monotoli. Oh, it's right here, but it seems as though it seems like a rather important person lives here, so I don't think it would be that easy to get up to him. Like, I bet you that the elevator person will just not let us go. Master Pokey! Okay, well, as long as we don't stare at her hips, she'll let us go up, so I guess security isn't that tight. So I might as well check around a little bit, see if we can find Paula. Hopefully we don't have to do any, like, stealth-based thing, dodge guard- oh, we already failed. Okay, well, they really don't seem to care. Okay, even though that last elevator was for Master Pokey, and we most certainly are not Master Pokey. God, I'm so glad I'm not Master Pokey. Although he is considered to be a master now, so don't think it'd be that bad. Oh hey, it's Pokey's father, the one that shot him with a laser back in the second part. Yeah, he's had his day. Now he's all rich and stuff because of something that his son did. Also, he was laughing so hard that his jaw hurt. That's pretty funny. Okay, but seriously, what did Pokey do? He's wearing a suit, his sprite changed and everything. Oh, yes, I am. No, I found a diamond earlier. I'm completely fine on terms of money, even though I gave that away, but I still have $30,000 in the bank at the ATM. So just fight a whole bunch of monsters, and I have a whole bunch of money. And now, finally, the guards actually care. And we are being escorted out of there. Well then, that was fun. What, are they going to beat us up or something? Oh, okay. I'm sure if we do show our faces to them again, like we try to enter the room again, they'll just throw us out again like that. But that's about all we can do here. So let's go ahead, go down, and stare at her hips if we want. Because, I mean, really, there's nothing that she can do to stop us. I mean, she's still going to operate the elevator for us, so whatever. I don't know. Okay, so let's just go ahead and leave this place. There's nothing going on here, and we